Hello, I'm the awesome tutor, and today I'm going to be looking at your blood or transport in your blood. So your blood is actually a tissue, and it consists of a fluid called plasma. And in this plasma you have four things. You have your red blood cells, you have your white blood cells, you have your platelets or platelets, and you have dissolved substances like glucose, like mineral ions, and blah 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 blah. And we're going to look at the function of the plasma, the red blood cells, the white blood cells, the platelets, and dissolved substances. Well, they fit into the function of plasma. So let's look at plasma. Okay, plasma. Your plasma acts as a transport. Things are transported in the plasma of your blood. For example, carbon dioxide, from where it is produced in your organs. Remember when your cells go through aerobic respiration, to the lungs, where they can be breathed out. Urea. We looked at urea in a previous video about the kidneys. It is transported from the liver, remember, from the breakdown of amino acids, to the, you guessed it, the kidneys, where it is excreted in the urine. Okay? Soluble products of none other than digestion. Okay? Like glucose, like mineral ions, like nutrients. And they dissolve from where? From your small intestine into the bloodstream. And they're transported in the plasma of your blood to the other parts of your body that need this, the products of digestion, such as your cells. Now we're going to look at red blood cells. So your red blood cells. Your red blood cells, this is a red blood cell here. It looks like that. And it picks up oxygen from where it is breathed in, the lungs, and carries it to the tissues and cells of your body where they can use it for aerobic respiration. Now hemoglobin, this name is going to put you off, but just focus. Hemoglobin is a red pigment. It is a molecule in your red blood cells which carries oxygen. And you need to know this. And I'm going to talk about the process of this later, but first of all, let me talk about the adaptations of the red blood cell. The red blood cell has no nucleus, and because it has no nucleus, there is more space for more hemoglobin, so then more oxygen can be carried. And its shape is a biconcave disc, which increases its surface area. So more space is available to carry that oxygen. And now we're going to look at the process of the hemoglobin and the oxygen and then the oxyhemoglobin. So, in a high concentration of oxygen, for example, in the alveolus or the alveoli of the lung, where oxygen is in a high concentration, the hemoglobin from the red blood cell reacts with this oxygen, which is in high concentration, to form oxyhemoglobin. And you need to know this. Oxyhemoglobin is bright red, unlike hemoglobin, which is purpley red. Now, when it reacts with the oxygen to form oxyhemoglobin, it stays like this until there is a low concentration of oxygen. In which case, it's the reverse. The oxyhemoglobin splits up, forming hemoglobin and oxygen again. And this diffuses, the oxygen diffuses into the cells when needed. So, in the alveolus of the lungs, oxygen is in high concentration because it's just been breathed in. And so the hemoglobin from the red blood cell, because the oxygen in the alveolus is in high concentration, it reacts with it to form oxyhemoglobin. But near the tissues and near the muscles in your cells, which need that oxygen, there is a low concentration of oxygen. Okay? Because it's not being breathed in into your muscles. So, the oxyhemoglobin splits up, forming the hemoglobin again, and the oxygen, where the oxygen diffuses into your cells. If you want me to go through that again, rewind the video, because it is quite complicated unless you get your head around it. So, I'm going to show the reaction right here. So as you can see, it is a reversible reaction. In high concentrations, the hemoglobin from the red blood cell reacts with the oxygen to give you oxyhemoglobin. In low concentrations of oxygen, the oxyhemoglobin splits up to give you hemoglobin and oxygen again. So it's a reversible reaction, and our body relies on this, and its survival also relies on this. Now I'm going to move on to something much easier, the white blood cells. So, white blood cells. White blood cells are larger than red blood cells, and there is actually a fewer amount of them than red blood cells in your plasma. And the white blood cells, they form part of the body's defense system, which is called the immune system. Okay, they defend you against pathogens by either producing antibodies to destroy the pathogens, or producing antitoxins, or ingesting the pathogens. Now, unlike red blood cells, these white blood cells have a nucleus. And now we're going to move on to the platelets. So platelets. Platelets are actually small fragments of cells in your blood plasma. And they have no nucleus, and their main job is to help the blood to clot if there is a wound. And they do this by helping to produce a network of protein threads. And these protein threads capture red blood cells and more platelets, forming this jelly-like clot which dries to form a scab, protecting the new growing skin and stopping microorganisms from entering the body. That's all you need to know. This has been the Awesome Tutor. Bye!